Yo, what's up everyone? Bren here, and we're going to be taking a look at a game of Arteezy playing Sven during the Shanghai Major. And right from the get-go, guys, we have Furion with his treants trying to go for the pull. And yeah, Furion wanted to try and do one of two things there, guys. He wanted to maybe pull the creeps closer to his own tower, or delay the creeps long enough that his own creeps, the raiding creeps, would actually push into the Dire tower and die off. And he was actually able to get that one creep in range of the tower, so obviously it's going to be pushing towards the Radiant side. And right here, Arteezy sees Furion trading, and obviously he knew that Furion was trading with PPD and the Witch Doctor, but he waited, guys. He waited until they traded enough damage that they maybe could have went for a kill. Like, a lot of players in situations like that, if they're playing Sven, they'll just run towards the Furion whenever they see like their support trading. But Arteezy waited and tried to force a mistake out of Ohio playing the Furion to try and get that kill, but he managed to survive just one hit away, but still good play. And yeah, so Furion in this lane, he just wants to be able to do whatever he can. Like, his goal is to just make sure that he's getting EXP. He's getting the Dire creeps underneath his towers. He's going to be using the treants to do that. He's going to try and block and stop any pulls happening as well. And right here, yeah, Arteezy is blocking the wave. He does not want it to be pushing underneath his own tower, because like I said, that'll just de-push it towards the Radiant side. Like, he's completely fine with tanking these creeps. He has more than enough regen, and they already forced Furion back to lane, so he's not going to be able to get level 3 and get his 3 treants up anytime soon. So his harass capabilities just aren't very strong from the Furion. But it's going to be pushing, like I said, and usually what happens, a good Furion will actually just camp your treants right here around this area, so that even though usually what happens, guys, whenever the lane pushes, you want to go for pull just to reset it, but a good Furion will actually just keep his treants around the pull area, and they'll keep their own hero underneath the tower to get EXP, get last hits, while just microing their treants to basically just fuck up any pulls that are happening. And he actually had an invis rune right there, but PPD knew that it was going to be happening, so he even got PPD did a really good job right there, preemptively just finding the treant, attacking it. He didn't try and hide the treant. Could have did a little bit of better job. He kind of just left it out in the open, and that's why PPD was able to kill it so quickly. But yeah, still really good plays from both of them. They're both playing this lane really well against the Furion. And they've already kind of established lane dominance. The biggest thing against Furion is that you just don't let him get a level advantage on you. If you can get a fast level 3 and get his treants up, you can start being really annoying to your supports, especially against a dual lane. And looks like Fear on the Bounty Hunter. They managed to get an easy kill on the Furion. So this is going to be a really easy lane for him. So it looks like he's going to be going for treads first. I'm a little surprised that he's going to be going for treads, given the situation. A lot of players in this tournament, I believe, are just going like boots into Helm of the Dominator, or just Helm of the Dominator if they have an easy lane. But I guess he figures that he just wants to maintain lane control and be able to just fight early if any of the enemy heroes want to actually go and contest his farm. Yeah, so he's going to be completing the treads. I was kind of wondering there, but just go for the treads route. I mean, I don't disagree with this. I think this is completely fine. It's really strong. The meta in the safe lane right now is you basically just get your fighting items up. So he doesn't want to be too greedy, but you still are going to be going for a helm on Sven next after your treads. At least I'm thinking that he's going to be going for the helm. But yeah, so it gets the treads just to maintain lane dominance. And if anyone wants to come fight him, he already has his treads up. But yeah, he started with the mango. He hasn't had to use it yet, obviously. He hasn't been throwing out too many stuns, and he hasn't been even taking that much harassment. But any harass that he did take from the Furion, the mango is just really good. It's a South Shield for starting out a build. And he's actually going to be going for a pretty standard build right now. Just maxing the cleave, and then getting 1 point into every other spell. He's probably going to be following it up with the War Cry. Just maxing the Warcry. Sven's really good right now, guys, because you can combo him with a lot of heroes. And his Warcry is insanely strong after all the changes. And some of the heroes that were really good against Sven kind of got nerfed as well. So yeah, he's definitely in a very pickable spot right now. And they're going to be able to combo it with the Darkseer. They're going to be able to put on Surge onto Sven, the Ion Shell, and the Bounty Hunter track movement speed is also really good. But so now he's just doing farming rotations right now. He doesn't really care too much about pushing the lane in. It's at the stage where he just wants to be able to get an advantage. So he's at 1,000 gold, going for his Helm of Iron Will. I like that choice. I prefer going for this instead of the Morbid Mask all the time. Especially on a hero that doesn't really have too much single target damage in the early game. Like on a PA, you can maybe go for the Morbid Mask because her DPS is higher. So that might be able to give you more sustain. But on a hero like Sven in the early game, this is probably going to be giving you more sustain than the Morbid Mask. And it's going to be helping you out a lot more if you get ganked. So he goes for this first. But yeah, this Warcry is really good right now. 8-second duration, guys, with a 14-second cooldown. So you can easily get 2 of those off in a fight. And it gives you 20 bonus armor, guys. So obviously very strong. The armor isn't too amazing against the Radiant team, since they don't really have a hardcore physical damage dealer, but still very good. Especially with the heroes that he can combo with. I already mentioned the Bounty Hunter and the Darkseer. Definitely going to be boosting his strength in fights. And it allows, those 2 heroes actually allow Sven to fight really early. So they're kind of just sniffing him out right here, guys. They definitely wanted him. Yeah. The Bane went all the way around, but he ate through. He just ate through. Went out for the stun, and yeah, they got themselves into a really bad situation right there. Even if Arteezy didn't eat through the tree and go that route, they still wouldn't have been able to kill him. Just not enough damage. But either way, he went up into the trees, and just the fact that he did that, guys, kind of led to them making that mistake. Like some players might have just completely like left the tower area and then went like jungling until like the rest of their team shows up, and then maybe a team fight breaks out, and then the Sven will TP in or something like that. But he just kind of stayed up there, went up here, just hit around, and that led to the enemy team making that overcommittal. So like it's small things like that that make a big difference. But he's just farming. He's going to be having his helm soon. Yep. So he does go for the 2 points in Warcry. I think this is just by far the best build. Like even the cleave right now is pretty decent. 300 radius on it, 66% scaling. I actually don't think the radius has changed in a while, but still. Pops right there. So he sees Leshrac and Bane. He knows that they're both there. So he's actually going to be popping his ultimate. I'm surprised he hasn't taken a creep yet. Obviously, I think the best one is the lane range creep. But he actually goes for that creep, the movement speed one. It's actually really interesting. I feel like he must have forgotten to just take it when he was in lane. So that's why he took the small one. But either way, he's going to be able to stack with that. I wonder if they have any stacks right now. Oh, yeah, they do. They have 2 stacks. Or, yeah, 2 camps there. And he's going to be stacking it. So during this time, he's just kind of be farming the jungle. He's paying attention to his hero. And he's able to dodge that gank really easily. He was in an area where he probably would have been able... They might have been smoked. Right there. And just them walking up the stairway right there revealed the smoke, and he was able to see that. Maybe they weren't, but Dire didn't have a ward there either way, but managed to dodge that gank. I don't think, yeah, he's not going to be taking this out yet. He's going to have his ultimate coming up soon, but usually you wait until level 2 ultimate sometimes, depending on how fast you can take them, or how safely you can take them. because with level 1 ultimate, it can take you a little bit of time, especially if the enemies are like in the area. But if they get like kills like that and they're forcing them, yeah, Dire's just forcing them to stay on their side of the map. So he's just hanging out. He pushed the lane in. He doesn't want to fight. He does not want to fight yet. Like he knows that if he just plays his farm game, he's just gonna come out on top. So he sees purple. They have good control of the bottom side of the map. Okay, so he dominates the Hellbear, and he's gonna be using this to take it out. Yeah, that's pretty good. It takes a little bit of time to clear the bigger ones, but he knows where they are, so he's completely fine with doing this. It looks like he's going to be going for S and Y. That's going to give him a lot of cheap stats. It's basically just how this patch is. You just want to go for these smaller items that you can just build into bigger items, or just items that are just so good for their costs in the early game, like drums. Drums like Vlad's are really good. Just because you have a lot of this team fighting. We haven't seen too much team fighting like this in the game. They've kind of just been outmaneuvering them on the map. And he's going straight for the creeps, guys. He's kind of... Is he going to get sprouted? He has a Quilling Blade, so he's fine. Lesh does manage to take down Fear, though. 700 gold. And obviously they still have vision on them from the ward, so he knows he can just farm this lane out. The vision is kind of restricted right now. Like, Radiant definitely does have an early game team, so they're allowed to just maintain control. Even though EG's up 8 kills, and some of those kills are with track gold, it's still difficult for them to find this team. So the kills aren't like completely telling the story. Like they're gonna have Radiant is gonna be able to take down all 3 tier 1s of the Dire side. Imagine there's still a gold lead. And there's still an EXP lead by a pretty large margin. About 4k. About 5k EXP probably. Goes for the Yasha first. Move speed's really good for just moving in between the waves. So it's really good for your farm. And the attack speed obviously increases your DPS. So you're able to actually clear the lane faster. Clear the neutrals faster. Whatever it may be. So we do have a smoke from EG, and Arteezy farming that close to the tower might be a tip off to them that they are smoked behind them. Just because EG hasn't been showing on the map for a while. So yeah, they're just giving this tower up. They had to have known that they were just sitting behind Arteezy right there, or in the area. Still stacking. It's not time yet, but he's doing a good job of it. He's gonna be able to take out this tower, waiting for the last hit. Gets it. He's gonna have his S and Y soon. Going for the stack, and he's still just putting on pressure on the lane, guys. Like he knows that he's completely safe with his team nearby. They even managed to take out that stack right there. Even though it was a medium camp stack, it's still... They're just invading the jungle and taking their farm. Let's actually see net worth. Let's put net worth on. See, Arteezy is leading. Pretty large margin compared to the enemy Leshrac. Okay, yeah, they know that he's seen for sure. They're just backing off. He's just baiting them into a bad spot, but they're not taking the bait. They're just sticking to the towers in between the lane. But they have that really good ward down, so they want to go for the kill. If they take out Bane, that's a lot of their control on this event. He sleeps himself. And, well, that was a really good send back by Chen. PPT went for the death ult. The death ward ult. Oh my god. 3-man wall vac. Or vac wall. And they're just getting out of here. So they managed to kill PPD. And they even have top lane pushing in. So I would say that's maybe a win for Fnatic. Just because they're still kind of maintaining... Well, neither team really has map dominance at this point. They're just sticking together. They're just all consolidated in one area for the most part. But the fact that they're just able to protect these stacks and able to take them out is just going to get Arteezy ahead and just win the game. Most likely. Just waiting for it. Okay, so he sees them. Yeah, since he saw the Leshrac above the creep guys when he appeared, they had to have known that was a smoke. Yeah, both teams are just 5-manning. Not completely 5-manning, but kind of moving around like packs of 3, packs of 4. They're really close to each other. But this is a game where like EG has late game and Radiant has the early game. They managed to get the tier 1s, but they're not really doing too much. So Arteezy is just sticking to his farming. Just walking over. Maybe, yeah. He wanted to maybe see if Witch Doctor would have lived long enough that he could have gotten a stun onto the Leshrac underneath the tower. And then it would have been just easy to follow up and maybe get a kill with one of his teammates TPing, but PPT drops there pretty fast. I think he might have wanted to take that stack, but they're getting pushed in. It actually would have been a decent time to take it as well, but they want to contest this. Probably a team decision at this point. Yeah, they're holding the tower, and he's just going in, guys. He says fuck it. He's going ham on the Radiant. Oh my god, that was, yeah. Just a really sick wall, vac wall right there. And it just clumps them up. Like, they have to spread out really quickly against the Sven with the Ion Shell. Like, the Ion Shell and Cleave. They're just playing this game really well as a team. Arteezy's obviously, his movement around the map has been pretty much perfect, honestly. I haven't seen any real mistake from him. Which is Warcry, and he's going to be taking this out. I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't actually stack that camp for himself, since he knew that it's pretty safe to do so. But I guess he just wanted to clear it as fast as possible. Yeah, that tower's low. Probably saying to go take it. Yeah, they're just gonna run through. Gonna be a blink follow-up. So this is really just mid-game centric. They don't want to give up their lead, and they just want to be able to keep fighting. Like, just this entire build from him. Just the early treads so we can stay in lane. Goes for the helm, standard. Just helps Sven so much. And then the SNY. Which it's not completely uncommon, but yeah, he just wants to be able to hold this game. He just wants to be able to stay in it. Because if they get to late game, Fnatic's lineup is just going to drop against the Darkseer Sven. And even the Witch Doctor ult. EG's entire team actually scales pretty well. Bounty Hunter can obviously go for auras. Super useful. He's going for the Vlads right now. It's really strong right now. Well, Vlads has always been good, but it's especially good right now. You should always have it on your team. As well as the drums. So he gets for the auras. So Arteezy pings the bounty rune. And he's just going to keep farming. There's really no reason for him to do anything else. Like, he's pushing the lanes in whenever they're coming in, just to alleviate lane pressure. And then once the lanes are pushed out, he's just going back to the ancients, going back to the neutrals. No, he's not sticking around top in the jungle. A lot of carry players will kind of just stick to their own jungle and to their own safe lane for the entirety of the game, but there's really no real reason to be doing that if you can win like this, guys. And obviously, they want to be playing as a team against the Radiant lineup. Just because if the Radiant does get like a team wipe or something, they can easily just go for high ground, maybe force buybacks. Easy Roshan if they take the other tier 2s. But EG is going for the Rosh themselves. It looks like, yeah, it's going for a Moonshard. I'm a little bit surprised he's going for that over the AC. But the Moonshards is cheaper, and he's going to be having an Aegis. So, just a significant DPS that you get from the Moonshards. It's a fine call. Okay. Actually, Bounty Hunter gets it. That's interesting. I guess he either doesn't expect to die, or he just wants the Bounty Hunter to have it just in case a fight breaks out, because he's just going to stick to farming most likely. And he wants their team fight, like the other 4 heroes. He wants the Nyx, the Witch Doctor, the Darkseer, and the Bounty Hunter to have the strongest fight as 4, without him possibly. So the Bounty Hunter having the Aegis. That's probably why they went for that decision. Oh, he has the Vlad's Aura as well, which they probably... Yeah, just keeping your auras up in a team fight is really huge. So putting the Aegis on him is also another reason it's really good. Alright, he sees him. Let's see if he's able to TP out. Nope. Oh wow, that was really close. Damn. Yeah. He's probably gonna pop his war cry for movement speed. Maybe not. No. He knew the next group wave was closer, so he didn't have to do that. Just blinks easy camp. It's taken out. He's coming right back to the lane. Like whenever he can, he wants to be able to shove the lanes in as much as possible against the Furion. Like this is something you want to be doing right now. Just putting on lane pressure whenever possible. Just because that gives you more map vision. They have to defend it. It allows your teammates to farm the map easier. The enemy team has to defend the split push pressure, so that means that your team is able to get ganks off easier because the enemy team is just going to be more spread out. So now that their team kind of has a lead, and he himself has a pretty decent lead with his item build, he's able to just put on this lane pressure. Double damager on Nyx. Sometimes you'll see the mid laner give the bottle to the carry, and then they'll pick up the double damage, but they're just put on the Nyx. It's probably fine. This is a really good time to push, since both of their lanes are at a pretty decent spot where Furion can't get counter pressure in. At least not fast enough. So that tower just drops. There's no... Are they going for high ground? I guess they could trade if they see the enemy heroes. Yeah. He's Sven, so he can definitely do a lot of damage right here. Like if they wanted to go for a trade, Dire would have taken the Rex faster. Yeah. And probably would have been able to just port back and protect their own Rex. So good call from them, going for that damage. Might seem like a small thing, but having the damage on the tower that Arteezy did was really important. Obviously, they're just playing as a team really well. I haven't really seen too many games of the majors, just because of, like, the delays and shit. I'm not gonna like watch through that. So I'm just watching these replays. And he's going to go for Boot to Travel, which I think is an insanely good call. I like to do this a lot. Like once I have like my mid-game itemization like kind of finished. Like obviously he can upgrade this helm to Satanic. He has another slot, but he's going to be able to actually use the power treads, even though he's going to have the Boots of Travel. Then he'll be able to sell the treads once he needs his next item. So it's completely fine if he wants to go for the travels. I really think it's a good call. We'll see what he goes for. Pick off the Chen and the Bane. 12k gold and the XP lead. The Witch Doctor Sun is insanely good, guys, against creeps. Stuns them for 5 seconds. So if you can get that on like Chen creeps in a team fight, they're just not really going to do too much. I guess right now at the stage of the game, though, he wants the stuns. He wants the cast to be hitting the heroes. Just because the creeps, obviously, they fall off. But still, it's good against the early game. Yeah. So it looks like he finishes. Yeah, he gets the bots. Treads are still decent for the stats that they give you. So I really like this build. And they know. The Viper had to have known that he was on. Maybe he didn't. But either way, that is a free kill on the Viper, guys. So he's going to get a chase down. No, he pops a BKB and TP's out. But either way, that forces a BKB charge. That was his first BKB, so it's 10-second. That's actually a big deal, having to blow that. Like, once this gets lower, the enemy team is just going to be able to... Like, the Nyx just completely dominates Leshrac with mana burn. And they have enough stuns that they can just kill him in one stun rotation. Just one stun. Okay, so he went for the Alpha Wolf. I really like this. Honestly, the Wolf Creep is insane, guys. Like, you should always be picking up. That's something I'm really bad at myself. I just don't dominate those. Like, I forget to. Especially on a hero like Sven. Like, I'll have my creep always for stacking, but come late game, just having that wolf up is really insane. He's kind of just leaving it mid, but he knows it's not in danger. I wonder if he'll maybe keep it around mid lane to push faster. No, he's just going to send it right to him. Yeah, just use it to keep eyes on Roche respawn. And he's just going to go for BKB next. So he's going for all smaller items, but that's totally fine. You can still upgrade the Satanic, or the Helmet Dominator to the Satanic. He can eat the Moon Shards, and then he can pick up an AC or crit if he wants. Whatever he wants. He still has a lot of room for growth, on top of getting this mid-game item build. That's complete. Nyx just hiding out. Just this combination of just the Sven and the Darkseer alone makes Sven really scary in the early mid game. It's one of the reasons they were able to just fend off the pushes really easily. And just not like completely fall down to the early game. Like pressure Fnatic, their heroes. This is a lot of pressure now. PPD is just healing him up. Doesn't care if he's taking tower damage. Like if they go on, like they need everyone to go on him and blow him up during the duration of BKB. And if they do that, then most likely that's going to allow Darkseer to get a really sick Vec wall and PPD to throw on his ultimate. Nyx to get like a decent impale maybe. But yeah, like even if they want to blow up the Sven guys, it's still going to be hard for them to win the team fight. Even if they're successful. Like maybe their best bet is like Bane getting a long range Fiend's Grip, and then being able to like cancel the Darkseer's blink and the Nyx's blink, because they need the full duration of the Fiend's Grip to really take him down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, even though this game is 21-6, Radiant team is doing just a really good job of just controlling vision and keeping the lanes pushed in, which, you know, that's one of the reasons Furion is good. He even has the Ags, so that's always going to be allowing them to keep the lanes pushed in, and that just means they can move around a lot freer without Dire being able to get ganks on them, which means they're able to de-ward easier and allow them to just lay regular wards easier. Scouting with his wolf. I'm a little surprised he's doing this. I feel like that's just so good in team fights that he just always wants that alive. But he deemed this worthy to just be used as a scout. I mean, if he spots like two heroes like out of the base, he's just gonna pop his ult and go ham on the racks. So I guess it's worth it. Let's see here. He's gonna micro the wolf to him? No, probably forgot. Pretty standard at this point, honestly. Just forget your creep, even if it is a wolf. He's moving it now. And they get the tower, and they're just porting out. They don't want the trade. All the trans pushing in. And them going for racks at this point is still kind of risky. Arteezy's getting close to his next item. So they probably said during the game, like, let's just be safe. Let's not try and rush things. It's pretty understandable. Just constantly pushing the lanes in. Sven seems like definitely one of the better heroes to have against the Furion. Like this Blink SNY, like mass mobility item build is not only good versus an early game team, but it's really good versus a Furion like all game. Just because you have that mobility to clear waves and alleviate the pressure. Along with the early boots of travel. Or fairly early boots of travel. So we got a Dagon upgrade again on Nyx. Just upgrading his Dagon constantly. To Dagon 3. Okay, so he's going for a Daedalus over an AC. I was thinking maybe Bounty Hunter would be going for the AC then, but it looks like he's just going for a Deso. Deso seems good since he has the BKB. He can actually attack heroes without getting completely destroyed and blown up. Yeah, the BKB is also really good because he wants to keep the auras on his team as long as possible, like I said. I think once they finish their the Daedalus on Sven and they're able to get next Roshan, that's probably going to prompt a push from them. Keeping his wolf on the side, that's really smart. Just hiding it, and just once they go for the top lane, he's going to be able to just pull it out really easily. Just for the aura, just for the damage from the aura. Just clearing these. Bottom lane might be underneath some pressure soon, yeah. They have the creep wave and the treant there. At least one. Maybe 3 treants. But this is not an easy game to close out. Like I said, this could easily swing in the other direction if EG like massively fucks up. But I don't think they are. They're playing really controlled. I haven't been seeing these games, but like if they're playing like this every game, then I feel like they're definitely the team to possibly win it. Like their play is very good, and obviously PPT always does a really good job of drafting. So wouldn't be surprised if they win. Okay. So he has his Daedalus coming to him, and they're kind of converging bot, setting up for a push maybe. He's actually using the wolf to block the treants. It looks like Furion just A moved them towards the racks, and he was able to delay the treants a little bit right there. Like there's no chance of the treants actually catching up to the wolf and killing it in time. Like kind of just a wasted time. The treants having them follow it. Sees the bane. If any of the Raiden heroes are like out by themselves, like I'm quite sure that Arteezy will just man up and blow them up. Most likely. That ward just expired from them, so. Just going mid. He's a bounty rune. He doesn't want the bounty rune right now. He wants something like a DD. Maybe an illusion rune, maybe. Illusion rune would probably be second best. I guess a haste would still be okay. Good against the Viper ult. Haste or DD. just clearing the wave. Yeah, they definitely want to go for push now, guys, because top is getting pushed in. Or it's in a good spot, I mean. That Furion isn't going to be able to do like an easy trade. Like, he's not going to be able to trade at all. This Rex is just dead, most likely. He could probably just pop his BKB and go for the Rex, but he says fuck it, and he kills the Viper. He's being really patient with it. He knows he's not in any huge trouble. Like, he's not using it yet, guys. Like, complete patience from him. He knew there just was not enough damage, and that's GG. So, kind of a weird game, just a lot of farming, but everyone on EG played really well, including Arteezy, obviously, who I centered on, but yeah, they all did a good job. So, GG, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.